Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode we're going to be talking about the New England Patriots versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFL Week 5 game based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. We're only 4 weeks into the season, so it's not the biggest sample size ever at this point. However, there will always be little nuggets of truth to every piece of data that you see, which could hopefully become larger nuggets as the season goes on. So stick around as I analyze each team's data and overall projections. And of course, all terms and definitions will be in the description, so if you're new to the channel, you can just go there if you're not very familiar with the terms I'm going to be discussing. So, starting with this game between the Patriots versus the Buccaneers. When you look at the overall NFL stat basic comparison, and this is just the basic overall stats for both these football teams, it is offensive driven on both sides of the football field. The Patriots are heavily offensive driven, and the Buccaneers are heavily offensive driven. But the Buccaneers have a slightly better defense overall. This is based on the total O score. Again, the total O score is basically how many first downs you create as an offense, whether you're talking pass or run. And then the total D score is the amount of first downs that you don't allow as a defense overall. So in terms of various downs and distances. So overall, it's a very offensive-driven team for both these football teams. The Patriots have less turnovers overall than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have less sacks. They take less sacks, though, compared to the Patriots over the last 4 weeks. And when it comes to offensive score percentage, it's definitely in favor of the Patriots. Defensively, the Buccaneers have allowed less points in terms of offensive scoring drives. They've been better in terms of preventing points compared to the Patriots in terms of a percentage standpoint on each drive. Turnovers has been more so in the favor of the Patriots. Sacks has been a little bit more so in favor of the Patriots. The Buccaneers have actually been one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NFL when it comes to creating sacks as a defense. And then, of course, you have interceptions, which is favor on the Patriots. So both these defenses are just not very good. There's no other way around it. When you get to special teams data, the punt return is more so in favor of the Patriots. Kick return is more so in favor of the Buccaneers. When it comes to defending punt return and kick return, fairly even. The Buccaneers have an advantage when it comes to preventing punt return yardage versus the Patriots, but fairly even. I mean, a 94.95 versus 77.95 is 94.65, excuse me, versus 77.95. It's not the biggest difference ever, but it definitely is an advantage for the Bucs somewhat, but they're pretty evenly matched when it comes to defense on special teams. When you look at field goal percentage, that heavily favors the Patriots. And then, of course, when you look at the punting average, that actually goes on the Bucs. So the Bucs have a much better punting average compared to the Patriots. We'll have a below average punting average overall when it comes to their overall defense. Now, the overall data, the overall data favors the Buccaneers. It favors the Buccaneers only because of the defense of the Bucs has been better at preventing points compared to the Patriots over the last 4 weeks. The Buccaneers are not necessarily a great defense, but they've been a little bit better than New England's defense. And they've also been a little bit better when it comes to preventing points compared to New England's defense. And that's why there's that advantage there. Now, personally, I think it's a free-for-all game, and I think the Patriots definitely have a lot of advantages in their favor when it comes to offensive score percentage and when it comes to a lot of these other sort of factors. I think they have a lot of advantages from that kind of perspective. But you can't deny the fact that, or the reasons why the Bucs are favored is because overall they are able to prevent more points than the Patriots have been able to prevent, and that's why it slightly gives them the advantage. On top of, you could add in home field advantage type stuff as well. I haven't done much data into that yet, but you have that other sort of factor too, but that isn't included in this. But basically, the basic normal data just kind of favors the Bucs at this point. Then when we get to individual matchups, I'm not going to get too much into completion percentage data, but Patriots offense versus the Bucs defense. Patriots pretty much favored in second and third down situations, especially third down situations. When you look at the Buccaneers versus the Patriots in terms of completion percentage, fairly evenly matched between second and third down, but the Bucs do have a big advantage when it comes to first down situations. When you get to run down, so rushing downs, Patriots offense versus Buccaneers defense, Buccaneers have had a host of issues on defense, but they have not had as many issues when it comes to defending the run, except when it comes to second down situations. So I think it'll definitely be in the Bucs' favor when it comes to first down and third down situations, based on the data. But I do think that the Patriots will have advantages when it comes to second down situation, because that's that's kind of the money down for the Patriots overall. So I would give the advantage slightly to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, but I still think it's kind of a little bit of a toss-up, kind of evenly matched. And then, of course, when you look at the Bucs offense versus the Patriots defense when it comes to rushing yards, the Buccaneers will pretty much have advantages. The Patriots have just not been the best when it comes to stopping the run. The Bucs have not exactly been an amazing rushing offense, but when you're going up against one of the worst rushing defenses in terms of allowing first downs on first down with the rush, you're going to have lots of advantages. So this is definitely a matchup to see in this game. When you get to passing downs, overwhelmingly the Patriots are favored when it comes to their passing offense versus the Bucs passing defense when it comes to the ability to convert first downs in various situations. Then, of course, if you look at the Buccaneers offense, it's even more heavily favored, which just further highlights what I mean, that the Buccaneers defense is not amazing, but it's not as bad as the Patriots defense in the last 4 weeks. So that's the basic sort of tenets. And the Buccaneers offense has been very passing driven, which can go in their favor. And then, of course, when we get to sack rate, the Patriots have had issues in terms of sacks this year. When it comes to first down, second down situations, and third down situations, most of the sacks have been coming in first and second down situations. But the good news is the Buccaneers are one of the worst defenses in the NFL, if not the worst defense when it comes to creating sacks overall as a defense. Bottoms in the NFL when it comes to second down situations and third down situations. So that could be a big advantage, which is why I kind of favor the Patriots overall. Despite what the basic data says, I still favor the Patriots in this game because of this particular, it's just shooting fish in a barrel, to be honest, because of that. Because if you don't sack Tom Brady, good things can happen. Then, of course, when you look at the sack rate for the Buccaneers versus the Patriots defense, Patriots have also not been the best when it comes to creating sacks, except for third down. The vast majority of the sacks that the Patriots have been able to generate as a defense have come in third down situations. So that's really the only big matchup per se. The Buccaneers have also not been the best when it comes to preventing sacks on third down, so that's a key matchup to kind of see in this game is third down situations. And, of course, when you get to interception ratio, Patriots are pretty much heavily favored when it comes to that. And then, of course, when you look at the interception ratio for the Buccaneers offense versus the Patriots defense, Patriots have advantages when it comes to first down situations and second down situations and even third down situations. Most of the picks on the Bucs offense, has been in second down situations. They've been one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to giving up interceptions in second down situations. So that's going to be a very key matchup to kind of see. And as you can clearly see, the Buccaneers offense is a offense that is going to give up picks, which is another thing in the favor of the Bucs. So overall, how do I feel about this matchup? Well, as I told you before, the overall data, which is the data I used last week, which was 14-2 in terms of predictions, I still don't feel good about this game because of the fact the Buccaneers defense is, in terms of generating sacks, it's non-existent. In terms of interception sort of stuff, it's just not, the Buccaneers defense is, it's not as bad as the Patriots defense, but there are things that just, you're giving Tom Brady, based on how the Buccaneers have played, you're giving Tom Brady a safe haven, if you will, in terms of how they played over this year. And this Bucs offense has been prone to turn over the football as well, despite some, again, the Patriots defense, has had tons of issues in terms of this as a whole, but they can turn over the football a little bit better than the Bucs. This is at home. this does give them an. I mean, I would say that, again, I've not done much home field advantage sort of data stuff, but I do think that being at home does give them some advantages because of that sort of factor. But I still feel like this is a Patriots victory because I just think this is the team to go against. If you're having issues in terms of sacks, and you're having issues in terms of this is a game to help you out because the Buccaneers defense has just not been able to generate much sacks. So I may be wrong. The data may win out this week, but that's just kind of how I feel. I'm going to go Patriots here based on sort of the overall data, but I am going out on a limb here, but I just feel like everything kind of looks like this could be a game that's very winnable for the Patriots. And despite the Buccaneers and their issues, I think there's going to be some picks. There's going to be some turnovers here and there, which I think is going to help the Patriots win this particular game. So that's how I see it. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well if anybody that you know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.